Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wonderfully Hopeless podcast. Excuse me. My name is Charity, and yes, I can talk. Not well some days. All right. So the sound on the first video wasn't as great as I'd like, so I'm going to try again and try not to mumble. Because apparently I did that a lot. So, it is January 26th, last weekend in January. This weekend is the Super Bowl. I might actually watch for a change because it's different teams playing. It looks kind of, we'll see. My husband and I don't usually watch. All right. So, what have I been crafting on? A lot of cross stitch. A lot of cross stitch. All right. So, let us see. Because, of course, some of the stuff is all over the place. I'm a little spread out at this point. All right. So first up is Mermaid, which is a Heaven and Earth. And yeah, so stitching this for my husband is affectionately known in my house as boobies. And this is where we're at. So as you can see, I'm getting pretty good into page 2. Page 2 has some large clumps of color. So I've been kind of picking a little confetti and then do a block of color, pick a little confetti, do a block of color. It's been pretty good. I love Pattern Keeper. I can't say it enough. Pattern Keeper is awesome. Oh, and I lost a magnet. Oops. Oh, I gotta find that before the kitten finds it. Sully is ever so helpful in making sure that my mess is 10 times worse than normal because he makes his own mess on top of it. And he's not nice enough to clean it up for me for some reason. And when I clean his mess up, he makes it again. In like seconds. Alright. So, stitched on that. And then Sleeping Beauty, which I don't have the book to show you what it would look like. I put it up and I forgot to grab it. So this is, yeah, we'll just get the book. Alright. This is the last time I'm going to show it for at least a few months. So it comes from the Magical Cross Stitch. And it's this one. It's a Joan Elliott. And she is just gorgeous. Love her. Want to stitch on her more. However, she's getting put up for a little while. So this is where I'm at. I put the shading in the floor, so you can see that. And then I started, if the camera will focus, maybe. This is what I get for using the webcam. I'm going to have to get a better webcam. Alright, so I started adding in the gold and the leaves. So the gold trim and the leaves for the border. Because if I don't do the border, I'm going to never do the border. So, well, not never, but it'll take a while. So there's that. And she's going to go away for a while because I have something that I want to work on until I get it caught up. All right. Sleeping Beauty, or yeah, Strawberry Shortcake is up next. And this is getting 30 minutes a day, so she is doing good. I'm in the hat. I'd like to finish the hat this week and hopefully have her finished by the end of February. because I want to stitch on something else and I know what's going in that slot and I want to work on it. So there's strawberry shortcake. And then I couldn't help myself. I started something new. So I found, I don't know how I came across this. I was just searching for freestyles. And I found Cunning Cross Stitches Stitch Your Own Adventure 2020. I'm in love. I loved Choose Your Own Adventure books, which is kind of what this was inspired by. And I couldn't resist it. I am not a Harry Potter fanatic. However, Harry Potter, Choose Your Own Adventure, yeah, I can see the connections, and I said, heck yeah. So, I went and I'm doing it on 18 count, and I got we say 18 count out of my stash, and I dyed it. And as you can see, this project is going to be pretty good sized. So, yeah. And all I have gotten done so far, I got it folded back up so I can actually manage it, is I've got him done. So, this is one corner of the top border. So there's an owl, and then there's going to be the castle and a train and another owl. And then below that, there's a band of the four house colors. And in that band of colors is your wand, which you choose by rolling dice. I'm in love. And then you, for chapter 1, just came out in January, and it is the Hogwarts flags, and so, you know, they have you read, and then you pick an attribute, which tells you your house. So, I'm super in love with it, just because of what it is, and the nostalgia of remembering the reading the Choose Your Own Adventure books. So I am enjoying this immensely. However, I do not want it to languish in the pile of whips. So this is whip number 51. Yes, 51. And while that is by far not the worst number of whips, it is a lot of whips. And I really want to have under 40 whips by the end of the year. I'm not going to have under 40 whips if I keep starting things and don't finish things. And I need to do more finishes than starts. And I have a lot of big projects. So, I want to get this to a stage where it's possible for me to, I probably won't finish it this year, but get close. So, that's my progress on my cross stitch. Now, I did do some knitting. Not a ton, but I did do some. So, I worked on my suburban wrap. And as you can see, the purple and the teal. It'd be great if I had this. Yeah, the voice is going. It'd be great if I had this done by Mardi Gras. It's not going to happen. Maybe next year. And then I pulled out Wingspan because Sully, the sweet and adorable chomper, loved yarn. So this project is cotton and acrylic, so it's less expensive and therefore less upsetting when he tries to eat my yarn than when he eats my expensive wool. So, yeah, I'm not doing as much knitting because he's eating my yarn. We're trying to. So, plus, um, I save, one, I like this yarn. It's really pretty. But, my family, super knit worthy. I love making my family gifts. However, my family does not want to take care of wool. They're not hand washing anything. It's not happening. So when I hand knit my family something, it's acrylic so that they can throw it in the washing machine. Makes them happy, makes me happy because they're not destroying my knitting. So there's that. All right. And I knit on a couple other things, but not enough to bother showing you, and I don't want to drag it out. And I'm going to drag it out here in a minute anyway. So, being that I have definitely gotten my stitchy bug back and am insanely in love with all things crafting again, and want to do nothing but cross stitch all the time again. I have decided that if I want to maybe even attempt to get down to 40 whips, maybe, we'll see if it happens, I need to come up with some sort of structure because I am noticing that I'm gravitating towards small projects and I have a plethora of large projects. I do have some smaller projects, but they are like 5 stitches in, started for some event, and have not seen the light of day again, and that's not going to help me get stuff out of the whip pile. So I decided I need to get organized, and organization is my mantra anyway, and I need to decide, or I need to set some goals. So I went ahead and set weekly goals for this week because it's the end of the month. And then I set some goals for February because monthly sounds better. So we're going to see how this goes. And hopefully I can see some substantial progress. So for this week, I want to finish the 11th Doctor, which is my Friday night stitching while I'm gaming with my husband. I want to start and finish the castle for the Stitch Your Own Adventure. I'd like to get 1,000 stitches on my mermaid, and I'd like to finish the pink in Strawberry Shortcake's hat. So that's all the stitching I want to get done this week. It's kind of ambitious because I have a faculty meeting on Tuesday, and I got a parent meeting, and life. It is what it is. So I have a plan sketched out in my planner. I'm that organized soul. So I have what I plan on doing from Monday through Sunday. And so I've got kind of a rotation going between Hogwarts and Boobies. Now, if I get tired of one, then I rotate, and some days I stitch on both of my bigger projects. But Strawberry Shortcake always starts off, I do sit down, I do my 30 minutes Strawberry Shortcake, and I go from there. That is set in stone. The 30-minute project comes first before I stitch on anything else. So when I get done filming my video and uploading it and cooking dinner, I will sit down, I will pull out Strawberry Shortcake, I will do my 30 minutes in Strawberry Shortcake, and then I will work on Hogwarts. I think that's what it is for tonight. Yes, and Mermaid if I can get a chance. So if I finish the owl, I'm going to pull out Mermaid and stitch on the Mermaid. That's the goal. We'll see how it goes. So that is this week's goal. I didn't set myself knitting goals because it was a week and I'm really focused on getting that Harry Potter project, or not the Stitch Your Own Adventure project, as close to on track as possible. That'd be a good word for it. So the border was released back in September, and chapter 1 was released the 1st of January. And chapter 2 is going to be released in March. Well, I'm not going to get the border and chapter 1 done in a month. I don't have that kind of stitching time, and I would burn myself out so fast if I just stitched on one project for that long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to get that top band done and start on chapter 1. And then I'll add in the borders as I go. So if I get the top band done and I can get a good chunk of chapter 1 done, then I can maybe get chapter 2 done and get caught up by the time chapter 3 is out. That's my goal. And then I'll have summer to really get caught up. That is the attempt. So I want to get the top band with the wand, and I'm going to say top band and the wand done for sure by the end of February. Anything else is gravy. All right, Animal Almanac. The second block comes out February 1st, which is Sunday, so I will have to get that back into the rotation. Strawberry Shortcake needs to be finished in September, and I would like to reach the halfway point on my doctors. So I would like to have 13 through 8 done, which leaves me the last 7 to do. So I'd like to get halfway, so that's about 1 a week. I'm pretty sure I can, because I've already got 13 and 12 done, so that's 11 through 8 to get done by the end of February. I'm pretty sure I can handle that. Now, on top of the stitching goals, I am actually putting down what I want to do in my knitting and my crochet. So the only crochet project I have active right now is a granny square blanket. And I have all the squares made to add in another row. So by the end of the month, I want that next row added on. That takes an hour or 2 of crochet to add on the blanket. And so that is what I want to get done. I want that row added on by the end of the month. And so I'll show you what it looks like now. So at the end of February, I'll wait one back. I can show you the new row. Hopefully. I can't grab the fruit. So most of my minis come from Row 1 yarns. I love Row 1. But some of them have come from my friends' projects. So we share minis when we're done with a project. And then I've picked up some minis, and some have come from projects. So this is where I'm at right now. So like this blue is from my Sea Swell shawl. So yeah, this is where I'm at. These were both from projects that I've knit. So I've just got 2 rows done. So it's not like it's very far, and I need to weave in the ends someday. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 10 blocks wide. So I would like to get a row added. I have all the blocks made. I just have to stitch them on. So I'd like to see that. And that would be progress on that. I would like to finish the wing that I'm on Wingspan. That really, it's like the most relaxing knitting ever, so I'm sure I can get that done. And I want the stripes section on my Suburban Wrap finished. And then I have a blanket, because I don't have enough projects. So I have this blanket that I'm working on, and this is out of Bernat's blanket velvet, or velvet, whatever they call it. And it is like, oh, the most wonderfully soft. So slowly working on it, and I'd like to get 3 inches is what I would like. I don't know if I'll see 3 inches, but I'd like 3 inches. So before blanket weather is over and I put the blanket up, because I only stitch on the blanket in the winter, so February, maybe March, maybe before the blanket gets put up for the year. So if I could get a few inches before, you know, because I probably won't pull the blanket out again until October, November, because it's, yeah, so I usually only work on it in the winter. So I need to get a little more progress. Now, to be fair, I pulled that project out like 3 or 4 times and restarted it. So, yeah. And I think that's all my goals for February. So, Hogwarts, The Mermaid, Animal Almanac, Strawberry Shortcake, Doctor Who, Granny Square Blanket, Suburban Wrap, Wingspan, and 3 inches on my blanket. That's a lot of crafting. But I think I can do that. And yeah. And I probably should think about adding in what's going in after I finish Strawberry Shortcake. So where did that project go? Because I have so many. Here's my doctor. What did I do with it? I saw it this morning. Oh, there it is. So once Strawberry Shortcake is done, going into its place will be this one. Home is where the cake is. It's super simple. It is largely blocks of color, but it's super cute. So what is this stitch? So it's a Maria Diaz pattern, and it is, give me what the stitched area is. No, they don't. But yeah, I don't see what stitched area is. This came out of a European cross stitch magazine. I don't remember which one. I have a plethora of them that I have on Google Play, and they're a huge pain to get off of Google Play. I mean, you can see that this is a screenshot off of my tablet, and that's exactly what I had to do. I had to take screenshots. So, matter of fact, I need to see if I have a PDF of the screenshots, because that'll be easier to stitch from. But anyway, that is what's going to go on. So I should probably maybe put a goal on for this one, but I'm going to wait and see how far into September or February it takes me to get Strawberry Shortcake done. And I am really thinking about just slipping in the Lizzie Kate freebie for Valentine's Day, because that would look super cute on my mantle. So I'm really thinking about slipping that in and just doing a quick one of that. So, yeah, some plans. So, the last thing I wanted to mention is the loud sound that you can probably hear in the background of my video is my 3D printer. We are printing a statue of Groot for my husband, and I will try and remember to show that off the next time I film. Yeah, we had a break from the 3D printer after I printed the sock machine because it gets really tiring to listen to the 3D printer print all the time. And it's in my office, in my craft space. Was not what I originally intended. It was supposed to go in his office, and he was supposed to do it. But that's not what happened. It's in my room, and he sends me what he wants to print, and I print it. Not really what I wanted, but that's okay. It's still cool, and I still use it for making crafts, so I really can't complain. Because I can make floss holders, and I can make all sorts of stuff for cross stitch and for knitting, and I shouldn't be flipping through this cross stitch book in front of me, or I'm going to be starting something new, because this book, awesome. There's just too many projects for me to stitch, and I want to stitch everything, which is a problem, a big problem. Anyway, I'm done rambling. So, I hope you have a great stitchy day and a great stitchy week, and I will talk to you next week. Bye now.